Hi, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another episode of Veg Out. Today we're going to make some vegan Alfredo with mushrooms. It is delicious, and if you want someone to start eating a little bit better, they still want that Alfredo sauce without getting all the calories and getting all that dairy, here's a really great recipe you can follow. If you've noticed, when I started off, you saw that I already had cut up some of my mushrooms. So over here, in my little pan, I've got some garlic that I already started roasting. And I'm going to let this cook for a little bit. Now, obviously, I've already made the pasta, so that's already cooked. So we're just going to wait for that to cook. What I've also done is I'm also going to add some Bragg's, the liquid aminos. If you don't have this at home, just use soy sauce. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that on there too. Just adds a little bit more of that good, delicious flavor that's on there. And if you come over here, I've got all my ingredients set up. So everything I need for my dish is right here. So basically all we're going to do is, if you know me, you know that we're going to be using one of my favorite things, the Vitamix. Always love the Vitamix. Alright, so to start things off, I'm going to throw in about 3/4 of a cup raw cashews. What I'm then going to do is take my nutritional yeast. And now, if you've noticed, remember that nutritional yeast is really good for different B vitamins and it gives that good cheesy flavor. So we're going to use this. And we are also, if you notice there's some white stuff in there, that's because I added about 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. So that's all going to go in there. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some garlic. And, you don't have to necessarily measure this. Put some, actually, this is onion. And here's some garlic. And again, whatever brand you'd like is fine to use. So there's some garlic. Alright. And we always have to put in some pepper. You always want to make sure you have some flavor in there. I'm going to make sure I put some pepper in there. Alright. And then after that we need some almond milk. Always have to have some almond milk on hand because that's always delicious. We're going to use about 1 3/4 cups of almond milk. So we're going to do this, take this and double it up. And if you can hear in the background, you can hear those mushrooms cooking really nicely in the background. 1. 2. A little more. Alright. Yep, it's already got some good stuff going. Then we are going to add some miso. And here you go, here's some miso. This again gives it that delicious flavor. So let's use about 2 spoonfuls of this. Look how nice and yummy that is. You can see in there how good everything looks so far. And a little bit of splash of apple cider vinegar, and we know how good that is for us. So let's just throw a little bit of that in there. And about 1/4 cup of olive oil. So we're going to be adding that to this. Something that you can tell I'm again using just one hand. Make sure I have this. Okay. And I'm thinking that looks to be about right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this cover on and we're going to make some noise. Let that cook for a little bit. Come over here. Look at those mushrooms. They're pretty close to done. See all that good flavor going on. Oh man, smells so good. Look at how delicious those mushrooms look. All that nice garlicky flavor. I can't wait. It really does smell delicious. And you're going to be really amazed at how easy this is. Alright, so that's still cooking. The smell is amazing. We're going to come back over here. This is pretty close to ready. Now we can look inside, see how it's going. It's been really nice. We'll let that go for a few more minutes. The really cool thing about having a Vitamix is that the longer that you let it go in there, it actually starts to warm up and cook your food. So while that's doing that, I'm going to actually get a plate, because I have some of my pasta over here. And I'm going to scoop some of my pasta. Now obviously you can use whatever kind of pasta you want. And as much as you want. I'm trying not to go too crazy here right now. But there you go, some pasta in there. Mushrooms are still going. And we're going to turn those off. We're going to come back over here. It's about ready. You can see it's starting to smoke up there. I don't know if you can see it up here on the screen. And then we're going to take some of this, pour it on there. Ooh, look at that good stuff. And now, right over here, you know, the cook, especially a cook who's not in her kitchen, is definitely not used to all of this different stuff that's going on. If you didn't notice, this is not my normal place. I'm actually here with Dr. G, whose recipe I'm following for the Alfredo sauce. So we're going to see if it's as good as she says it is. So we're going to scoop a little bit of mushrooms on here. The more mushrooms you have, it's up to you how much you want to actually add on there. Make sure that's all turned off. There's some delicious looking Alfredo. And now let's have some bite. There we go. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and oh my gosh. I know I say this every time I eat stuff, but man, that does not taste like that is vegan in any way, shape, or form. That is amazing. Okay, I can't talk anymore. I'm going to go eat. But definitely try this recipe. I'm going to try to, after this video, I'm going to post the ingredients for the Alfredo sauce. That way you can actually try it yourself. I really, really recommend it. Amazing stuff. Thanks for checking again, Veg Out. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.